Hey, this is Chu with Electro Freeze Southeast, and today we're going to show you how to assemble the top half of your GES5099 machine. Let's get into it. Alright everybody, so we have our parts here. We just finished cleaning everything, sanitizing the air, drying everything. I went ahead and put all the O-rings on that need to be on the machine, and we're going to walk through everything and explain it as we usually do, as we put it together with me. Alright, so let's start with putting together your cylinders. Your cylinders right here are where all the magic happens, where you have your freezing and folding of your ice cream product to make that delicious, delicious soft serve. So, as it usually goes, it follows the rule of 5 in the cylinders for Electro Freeze machines. So we're going to start with your auger, or your beater, okay? The job of this is to hold everything together while it's spinning inside the cylinder at a high speed, okay? I like to work from the rear and work my way to the front, and let's get started. So 1, we've got the beater, the auger. 2, we have the rear seal, okay? If you have a gravity machine, don't mistake this rear seal for a gravity one. The biggest difference you can tell for a pressurized machine is there's an O-ring inside, and that seals it because there's pressure in the cylinder. All right, so to start off, there's gonna be a lot of recurring themes, but lubrication. Much like your other machines, you don't wanna make the mistake of putting all your lubrication up here. It's not needed. You just need it where it's seating with the seal. So I would start with a little here, and then a little on the inside as well, and that O-ring inside that seal, okay? Now spread it around on the inside, so slide and seal and not tear, so you get the most life out of your O-rings. What we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna make sure the cup side is facing the back of the machine when you put it in. So if it goes in this way, you wanna make sure you slide it on like that. There's gonna be a little resistance. If there is, that's good, because that tells you your seal is nice and snug. All right, 2, we're gonna go 3 and 4. We have our blades. Like usual, you can put it up, big side up this way, big side up this way, but just don't put it like that. If you ever forget, there is a picture right here that lets you know the big side is out, and don't put your hands in there when it's running, because it ain't stopping for nobody. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put on our blades, 3 and 4, and we're gonna go ahead and put this side down so that it will hold in the cylinder. Make sure it doesn't fall out. Slide it in, go ahead and get all the way in there. Turn until it drops in place, and then it won't turn anymore. We're in. And then number 5, we have this bushing, okay? The job of this bushing is, you see how it's kind of off center right now? The bushing will align everything so that when it's moving in there, it won't be knocking around in there and causing, scrapage on metal and any of that stuff. You don't want that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna go ahead and assemble the other side as well. Put it there. 2, the rear seal. Inside there, put some lubrication. Nice and snug. If at this point you experience it's like really loose and just slides right on, replace that seal, because once it goes under pressure, it's gonna blow out the back and you gotta take everything apart and do it again. So always make sure in this step to examine everything you're putting in, so you don't have to do it twice with sticky mix or anything like that. All right. Go. Got lucky with that one. The bushing. All right. And you've probably seen me say this before, but just like the rear seals on a gravity machine, you could also do that push test to make sure your rear seals are touching. So what the push test is if I were to press this, you should get a little bounce back and forth on those cylinders. That tells me the cup of the rear seal is on the wall and it's sealing and doing its job. If you do this and it's a hard wall, no bounce, make sure your seal is in there or make sure your seal isn't so flattened out that it's no longer doing its job to prevent leakage, okay? And if you do see leakage, it will come out this little hole right here, and you could differentiate which side's leaking by what flavor is coming out. All right, so now we have the cylinders all assembled together. We're gonna go ahead, put together the door, okay? Just like the gravity machines, there's the rear seals, and all your O-rings on your plungers are the same. There will be a little difference with the priming tubes right here, okay? But we're gonna go through that. All right, so we have our door, and in this case, we're gonna assemble everything first, and then put it on. All right, so starting with the door, you have your plungers. You're gonna notice a lot of similarities. One of these are not like the other. So two of them here have a bottom and top seal, and the center one will always have 4 seals to separate flavors, especially when it's under pressure, okay? You can mix the left and the right ones all day, and they'll be fine. Just make sure the center one's right, and you'll be good to go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and lubricate everything. So we're gonna do a liberal on this. Remember, if you're not sure, it's always okay to put a little more lube than less, because you don't wanna find out later that you have to take it all apart again. Now, much like any seal, you want some resistance going in, but still slide. There we go, that's good. If it pops right through, replace the seal, and that way you won't have a leakage when you're under pressure. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and lubricate that. Alrighty, this is the biggest difference between your gravity and your pressurized machines, okay? In a gravity machine, when you're priming the machine, you put your mix in the top, you purge your sanitizer, and then you let it bubble out and let gravity do the work. And then once it stops bubbling, your cylinder is physically full to a certain level. Being a pump machine, gravity, we're working against gravity because we have to pump the mix up into the cylinder. So in this case, we have bleeder tubes that allow the air out as the mix comes in the back. That way you can fill your cylinder properly before operation. And remember, priming your machine is the most important part of running the ice cream machine, okay? It's super important. All right, so let's get started. We have these 2 prime tubes, and what they do is they go in here and here. And on the back, there's a physical hole because we can't see through this. And what it does is as the machine pump puts the mix into the cylinder, it rises to the hole and it physically comes out to let you know, hey, I am physically filled and primed and ready to go. Once that happens, what you're gonna do is you're gonna just drop this guy in and it'll kind of manage the whole opening and closing of that for operation, okay? So, very important, make sure your O-rings are good. We're gonna go ahead and lubricate them. And just like the plungers, you wanna make sure there's resistance, but slide. If it's not, go ahead and replace them and make sure they're good to go before you start pumping product and stuff up in there, okay? All right, from here, we're gonna go ahead and assemble the handles on the door. Much like the plungers, there's a subtle difference, one not like the other. You're gonna have one that's a little longer, one a little shorter. And the shorter ones signify it's left or right, and the center one always has to be the long one. If you do it wrong, it just won't align, and you're gonna be like, oh, it's all wonky. But just know, one does go in the middle, the 2 can be switched, and it's perfectly fine. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pop them in, hold them in place. Run the pin through. Now everything's in place. Nice. All right, now we're good to go and put the door right on the machine. So pump machines are a little different from the gravity machines we have for Electro Freeze. It's actually a bit easier to put it on because everything's already inside the cylinder. So all we gotta do is line this guy up. Flat, and go ahead and put on your door bolts. once you have the door bolts on, we're going to evenly press this in by going crisscross applesauce. And you want the door to press in nice and flat, not at an angle. Alrighty. You should hit a wall. You should not need any tools to get this tight. Boom. Good to go. Everything's in there. Now we're gonna go ahead and put in our spigot pins. What these do is they go in a hole. You just push them up and you drop this down and it goes in the notch. And when you pull the handle with this, it returns it back to the closed position. And it also sends a signal to activate the side that you're running. So, very important. But these three, they're all the same and you can switch them around and they'll all work. So we're gonna go up in the hole, drop it down in the notch, up in the hole, drop it down the notch, up in the hole, and there we go. Awesome. All right, and now the last few pieces on the top, your serrated nozzles. That makes your ice cream look real nice when it comes out. You're gonna go ahead and put them on. You replace these when they're no longer holding, like when you pull the cone, it pops off. Just go ahead and throw it out and replace it. Alrighty, there we go. All right, now we got the top half of your 599 all assembled properly. We're gonna go ahead and go on the next video and show you how to assemble the cab down here, all right? Hopefully that was useful, and thanks for watching.